Hey yo, what it doing, Lich Crew? Welcome back to another episode of Out of Bounds News. You already know the drill. You know we got an all-star starting lineup for today's story. So without hesitation, let's jump into it.
I'm already done here, have you thought back?
Alright, so first things first, we're going to start with the NBA tip-off. Oh boy. We got a crazy one for y'all today. Now, first things first, what I'm going to say is we're going to talk about how Westbrook and the Lakers are horrendously trash. These guys have started off the season 0-3, number one. Number two, how is this man Westbrook a supermax contract player and yet he has 0 trade offers? And this man was about to come off the bench. This man does not want any association with the Lakers at all. None whatsoever. What I find even crazier is the fact that this man LeBron is leading the Lakers in three-pointers made. You know it's sad when LeBron is leading the team in three-pointers made. And they're just getting their ass beat, bro. And then they lost to the Clippers. Like, I don't even want to discuss the Lakers anymore. Like, that's just how horrendously down bad they are. Okay. So that's number one. Number two, let's talk about the fact how the Golden State Warriors, they had the biggest first half that they've had, the second biggest in franchise history. They had 89 points in the first half. Granted, it was against a subpar team, but it doesn't matter. They got right. They went crazy. They went berserk, and that's just fucking nuts. And I mean, you know, Draymond Green did a whole 30 for 30 about the whole Jordan Poole scenario. I mean, like, people care about it, but at the same time, this is kind of like a NPC type apology. Do you really give a shit about that? Do you really care what Draymond really has to say? Nah, not really. So, yeah, Golden State kind of getting it right, and also they're also in the news first few games of the season. And then last but not least, we got to talk about the Brooklyn Nets. First things first, Ben Simmons is playing poorly in his Nets debut. He fouled out with like 4 points and like maybe like 4 or 5 assists. And he's playing poorly. I don't know why would you trade James Harden for this. Even James Harden with his no defense looking ass was still doing better than this. And the Brooklyn Nets are last when it comes to ticket sales. I want you guys to think about that. They're last in ticket sales. How are you last when you have 2 of the elite players at their positions in the league? You have Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. Kevin Durant's top 5 small forward in the league, without a doubt. Kyrie Irving's a top 5, top 10 point guard in the league, without a doubt. And you're last in ticket sales. What is that? That just blows my mind. It grinds my gears. I don't understand how this works. I dead ass don't. I cannot explain it to you. But yeah, crazy first week in the NBA so far. Like, I'm at a loss for words. We're at a bumpy start to start off the season. And we're going to jump right into some music news. We're going to talk about how 21 Savage, a.k.a. England is My City. And we're going to talk about how that boy Drake also, a.k.a. Mr. Degrassi, have a collab album dropping this Friday. Man, hip-hop is coming back. We're going to go crazy on this one, man. Anytime Drake and 21 Savage get on a track, it's going to be a banger. Anytime Drake is on a track, it's P. Ooh. Not gonna lie, Drake's been on the down low since honestly Nevermind. Ever since then, he had this little bit of a thing with Ice Spice. I was not feeling you, and no, I'm not a munch. Besides that, he's been just on the low. 21 Savage, he had a little bit of buzz. He's been popping off a little bit, but like he's been on the low too, just keeping it low. And now they both got an album dropping this Friday. Best believe NLH, I'm excited for this hoe. Only thing I'm gonna say is, do not be surprised if 21 Savage carries the album. Anytime there's a track with Drake and there's a feature on it, Drake always ends up being outshined by the feature. I mean, let's look at wants and needs. I mean, granted, it's Lil Baby. Lil Baby's going to carry the track no matter what, but, like, come on. Drake got finessed. And then look at Forever. That was his track. And I would say, undoubtedly, Eminem and Lil Wayne, they had the best verses on that track. So I'm just going to tell you right now, do not be surprised if 21 Savage carries this track. Carries this album. He's gonna carry that hoe better than LeBron did in 2007 when he was carrying that trash ass Cleveland team to the finals against the Spurs. Trust. But all I'm gonna say is, be ready for that hoe. We gonna go crazy. Alright, and up next, we got some more music news. We're gonna be talking about how SoFaygo got a new project dropping on the 11th of November. Zooey Mama, I cannot wait for this hoe. Ooh, man, this man, I'm not going to cap. Knock Knock kind of started off his career, and then he's been okay. He's been he was able to come back from that. He's got a little bit of some traction going down. But I feel like this album is gonna go crazy. Shout out him and Glorilla got some projects dropping that same day. Shout out people who are also dropping projects the same day as these two, because I'm gonna be blunt, like, you're screwed. No, you're not gonna get as much traction as they are. SoFaygo's lit. I think he's cool. I think he's straight. He's not really my favorite, but he's not trash either. It's just that he hasn't really had as much traction as he should. The traction that he's been dropping some shit past couple months, past couple weeks, but it's like, it's not really enough. You know what I mean? He needs like more exposure. He needs more to add to his repertoire. And with this album dropping, that's gonna get more people to like understand who he is, not only as an artist, but him as like a person, because he can probably go more into his emotions. Gonna go towards the word emotional perspective, and go more into the lyrical perspective. I don't know. We just gotta wait and see when this whole drops. All I'm gonna say is, stay tuned. Best be ready for it. And last but not least, we got some new entertainment news. Jesus Christ, I've been waiting to talk about some movies, bro. We gonna talk about how The Rock, aka It's About Drive, It's About Power, we stay hungry, we devour, is finally back in the movie scene. He's starring in the hit DC film Black Adam. Opening weekend so far, it made about 67 mil, and it has some decent scores on Rotten Tomatoes. The audience is rocking with it with a 90%, but Rotten Tomatoes, I think it's kind of lame at 40%. But my thing is, like I said, 67 mil opening weekend. This movie costed over $200 million to make, around 195. That is kind of tough. That is not lit. That is not pushing P. At least for right now, that's not pushing P. You haven't even cracked half of the budget. Like, if this made about 100+ mil, that's a success. That's phenomenal. I just went to go see this hoe. I went to go see it. This movie's not even that bad. I'm gonna briefly explain the plot. So basically, there's this country called Kondak, and then The Rock was like essentially like a slave, and then he got killed. And then he was rebirthed as like a god. I guess you could say like he's like some sort of Iron Man, kind of ripping off Iron Man. Shout out R.I.P. Tony Stark. Shout out my boy Robert Downey Jr. Anyway, he ends up getting right. He ends up using the powers. Doesn't really know how to use them for good. He's kind of like this anti-hero type beat. And I mean, I rock with it. He's learning to be a hero. He's learning trying to do this anti-hero thing. And what really got this movie going crazy was the post-credit scene and the ending. So at the end, you know, the typical superhero fight. No, for the great good. And then the whatever. End credit. Henry Cavill comes back to be Superman. He comes back in the post-credit scene. That is pushing paid. That saved the movie. Is it sad how the post-credit scene saved the film? I mean, then again, the post-credit scene did save Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Because right at the end, you see how Venom and MCU Peter, a.k.a. Tom Holland, they kind of connect in the MCU. So that saved the movie, because that movie was kind of a cluster. Too much stuff going on. It was too short. They didn't know what they were doing. This one's different. The movie was actually good, but the post-credit scene saved it. It made it just that much better, because DC isn't really known for their post-credit scene. That's mainly the Marvel side. And the fact that DC's doing it now too, it gives them a little bit of an edge up. So movie was P. It's not performing well right now, but I mean, give it some time. I give it another couple weeks or so. It's going to pick up some traction. It's going to get a little bit better. I mean, it's Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I mean, do you really expect this film to beat trash? Come on, man. And that'll be all for this week's episode of Out of Bounds News. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys made it all the way to the end of the video, comment down below. The Nets fucking suck. But NLH, never lose hope. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Always help this channel out. And I'm going to see all y'all in the next video. Peace.
Really gun ain't on grass, cause you know that I'm up next. I got Velo around my neck. Everything changed so fast. Got the money hit my dash. Living like it's my last. Really gun I don't crash, cause you know that I'm